Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Lacquer Lover and this is the 6th installation of my BTS Map of the Soul Persona nail art series, and this is for home. Start by applying base coat to all of your fingernails. I'm using Peel Off base coat. Paint your index fingernail black, your middle fingernail a cornflower blue, your ring fingernail a light gray, and your pinky and thumbnails tan. For the index fingernail, I started by using white polish to draw an ellipse in the middle of the fingernail. And so I filled that in, but for the light portion, I guess, I made it like really light. I used a thinner to thin out white polish and just kind of sparsely added that on, and it didn't need to be like very smooth. And then I just blended out the edges as well. And I also went over with yellow polish so that it would look more like a light. And I went over with white for the highlights. Now for the audience, I'm using a dotting tool to just dot on various shades of tans like beiges, lighter tans and darker tans, as well as brown. So those would be like the hair colors of the audience. And this nail design is inspired by one of RM's lines, "Oh yeah, I did it, me shine with flashing lights." For the middle fingernail, I used black polish to draw a thick border. Then I drew a set of parallel rectangles on the bottom right corner and the top left corner. And in the middle of this no sign, I drew a house using gold polish, and this is just a very simple outline of a house, and this design is inspired by Suga's lyrics, "Big house, big cars, big rings," the unfamiliar feeling of missing something. So even though they have houses and whatnot, it's not their home. For the middle fingernail, I started by drawing the line that separates the ocean from the sky using a turquoise shade in the middle of my nail, and so I just kind of dry brushed the colors onto my nail, and I did layer a bunch of colors on top of each other just so that I could show like where the waves are crashing into each other, and that would be more of like a lighter shade or even white to show like highlights and just to show like the frothy water. And for the deeper areas of the ocean, I would use a darker blue as I am doing. This particular nail design is based on the line, "I saw the ocean, yeah, before I opened this door. 이 문을 열기도 전에. Oh yeah." So I wanted to create like a nice progression of like the story on my nails. So obviously I put the ocean on the ring fingernail, and I will draw the door on the pinky fingernail. And this ocean represents the ocean of love that BTS has been receiving worldwide, but even that love cannot substitute the meaning of ARMY in BTS's lives. Then I took a light gray polish and I redrew the boundary between the sky and the ocean just so that it was clearer, and then I'm just going to be dry brushing this on, and I did this really messily and I didn't cover the entirety of the base because I did want some of that green to pop up, and that was the point of using it as a base, so that the sky would actually be like a dusty green color, but these would be kind of like the clouds or the fog. And now I'm just going over to more clearly define some clouds using white polish, and I just stipple that on. Now on top I added a bit of green and tan. And for the pinky fingernail, I started with a wood grain pattern. I used my darkest brown here to just draw a very messy wood grain pattern that I've actually already done in a previous tutorial, and that is my magic shop tutorial. And in the center of this nail, I'm going to be using a light beige to draw a long rectangle. And this long rectangle here will become the base for the doorbell, as in the line when the doorbell rings 3 times, 초인종이 3번 울리면. In the middle of this rectangle, I took a gold polish to draw a circle with a diameter that is slightly larger than the width of the rectangle. And in the middle of this circle, I used purple polish to draw the ARMY symbol. And this nail design shows that BTS is going home to ARMY, which means that ARMY are inevitably BTS's home, and BTS is also ARMY's home. And for the thumbnail, I created a design that is based off of RM's archive plaque that is hanging outside of his archive studio. And so it's a very simple little home outline, and then beneath that I'm writing the 4 letters that make up home, H-O-M-E. And I got the inspiration to do this design because a bunch of my original designs for the thumbnail were just so complicated, but I feel like this design that is based off of RM's wooden plaque was just so simple. I really liked how archive was written, and I thought that home would fit really nicely underneath as well. Finally, apply a generous layer of top coat and you're done! And that is it for my BTS Home Nail Art tutorial. I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and I hope you guys stay tuned for more in this series. If you're ever sad, just remember that you became BTS's home just because you were there.